From the very beginning, the Copa Sense Plus has intrigued me for a couple different reasons. One is it is an absolutely beautiful looking boot with really nice lines, gorgeous colors, and a really snug fit. And the second thing is that fit. It is really nice, got a ton of lockdown, a fantastic plush leather feel on foot without being super heavy. Without further ado, let's hop into the video. Alright fam, today's video is going to be about the Copa Sense Plus, the laceless version. This is one of the laceless boots that I'm really keen to have in my rotation. All the Adidas laceless boots seemingly fit my feet really well, both the Speedflow Plus, the Predator Freak Plus, which I wore down in Australia, and then of course the Sense Plus. I'm going to try these on just to make sure these are the ones that I want to go with. I think they are a really fantastic proposition. I don't really think the Copa Sense .1s are going to be the one that I go for, just because there are better leather boots, objectively better leather boots on the market that I like better, like the Mizunos that I reviewed a video ago or two. And the Copa Sense Plus, though, in that laceless variation, might be such a sick boot to have in my rotation. So without further ado, let's get into the unboxing. So this is in a size 9 like normal, size 9 US for everything except the Puma Future Z 1.2 and then perhaps the Phantom Venom, but I haven't tried the Phantom, not the Phantom Venom, Phantom GT, I'm sorry guys. Phantom GT I might do in an 8.5 as well, we'll see, although that boot sort of has slipped my mind for a long time because I didn't really like it as much. But this comes in a fantastic, cool drawer style box, unlike any of the other Adidas boxes, which are just plain black with the Adidas logo. All the Plus models come in these really cool. So this says Copa Sense on it. We'll get it underneath the camera for you guys, and there you can there we go. Copa Sense. Beautiful. Okay. So let's open this box on camera. Here we go. Ooh, okay. Oh, really cool logo on the side, which I'll show you in a minute. Wow. Okay, so these I got in the black and gold. First of all, they were on sale. Second of all, I love black and gold, as you know. I think black and gold looks absolutely fantastic. It's got the neon yellow, green, and blue on the interior. I don't know why they did that. I think it was to highlight the Sense part of the boot. But you've got Sense pods right here, and you've got Sense pods on the outside as well. So really nice kangaroo leather forefoot, synthetic leather midfoot, molded in with the knit material. So that's something to think about as well. Very wacky looking sole plate, but it has all really nice studs in it and has a really good feel. So I am very curious again to see how these, and remind myself how these fit and feel. So let's get these out of the box. It's got some pretty cool graphics, and it comes with a lot of paperwork, and then the mesh Copa bag, which I think is actually really cool. I love these mesh bags from Adidas. I think they're actually really practical. The only boot that I don't think they should include that with is the Predator Freak Plus, because they have those spikes on them. They have the demon skin spikes, and those get caught in that stuff all the time and they rip off, which I think is really stupid. So I would love Adidas to actually pay attention to that and put a solid string bag in the Freak series with the spikes, and then all the rest of them can have this mesh bag, because I think the mesh bag is awesome. It's simple, it's easy, but more on that later. So here is the boots. They are just really cool looking in this classic colorway. They've got I think the back is one of my favorite parts. So you've got the gold in this beautiful wave looking section, and then the 3 stripes, really simple down the back. I think these look great. And a black pair of leather boots is so classy, so nice. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on camera. I'll try to make it kind of sheen a little bit, but there's a line that you can see if you look closely from here that follows my finger all the way like that. And that part is all leather, so it's actually got not that much leather as much as you'd think. It's actually got less leather than you might think and more synthetic and knit material in that midfoot area, which is fine because it does need to have a lot more lockdown. But that's something to think about if you wanted a really, really good leather boot from Adidas. I genuinely would just go to the the Copa Sense Point 1, because those are actually a really great pair of just straight up leather, simple. It's got the same sole plate as this does, and it's got the same stud pattern, and it's a really nice pair of straight up leather boots. So those are awesome as well. So I'll walk you through some of the things here. So it's got these sense pods. It's got these sense pods in the heel area, which I know for a lot of people gave some blisters and some rubbing. Hopefully you can see that on the outside, but right in there, you've got some of these sense pods that come right into the Achilles. The touch pods are placed on both the medial and lateral sides of the boot, absorbing impact energy off the ball at points of the boot where connection, they say, obviously, is connected the most. So you've got a touch pod right here, and you've got a touch pod right there that's actually really small and pretty useless. So that's kind of funny from Adidas. So the engineered collar shape of the Copa Sense is slightly rotated to follow the shape of the ankle. So that's this piece right here. So as you can see, it's not totally even, and it really, these lines really flow with the way that this boot looks and feels. So compared to the Copa 20 Plus, which was the original like first laceless leather boot, it blew everybody away. It was actually, I thought, a really cool concept. Objectively, I think these are better, even though there was more leather on the 20 Plus. And so that's something to think about. If you really wanted, again, a leather boot, I would just go to either a different brand, or I would use the 0.1 variation of these, because they are a really good boot. But yeah, guys, these look really fantastic. It's got the Sense frame, which is their, this is their sole plate, and it's got some pretty significant torque to it, which is kind of cool. And if you have your hands on the inside, it is very padded, especially on those sense pods or touch pods or whatever they call them. The leather is pretty soft. It's nothing compared to a Mizuno, but it does have a really nice solid fit or feel to them, which makes me think that these are actually going to be a really great pair of leather football boots. They've got some decent width to them, which I absolutely love. I think my feet are going to be really happy in these. It'll take a little bit to break in because they are synthetic leather on the midfoot, which is where my foot is the widest, which means it'll just take a little bit of time to break in. But I actually think these Copa Sense Pluses might be a super cool addition, especially with a pair of grip socks. I think they'd be a great addition to the collection and the rotation of boots that I wear for training and games coming up here really soon. So that's it for the unboxing and the explanation of what these are, guys. The Copa Sense Plus, they are a fantastic pair of football boots. If you are interested in a leather laceless boot, this is the one. This is the only one on the market, in my opinion, that is worth even testing out. I think it's the only one on the market, in my opinion. And that's a fact. That's not my opinion. So definitely go check these out if you want to order a pair. They're awesome. I'm going to hop into the on-feet portion of the video out in my backyard, where I take you through how they fit and feel, how easy they are to get on my feet. And of course, at the very end, I'll explain if and why I'm going to be keeping them, or why I won't be keeping them in the rotation of boots. So I'm very excited for that, guys. Let's hop into it. All right, fam. So in today's on feet, I got the Copa Sense Plus, which I'm very excited about. I have tried these on before, as you guys might have seen my review of the white ones. It was that crazy white and multicolored colorway. Full disclosure, I actually went and trained in these yesterday, so I'll give you some of that feedback as I hop into this on-feet portion. But these are actually pretty easy to get on. Once you kind of know, you put your thumb in here and slide right in. For me, these are super easy to get into, and I really enjoy the fit and feel of these boots. So I'll get both of these on feet. Yeah, so these are awesome. These are actually pretty suitable for wide-footed players because they are leather and synthetic leather kind of put together. I'll get some close-up shots of it as well, so you guys can see more of how really nicely it does fit my foot. I really like the fact that they have a knit liner around the ankle part, so it's not just that leather part that comes, or synthetic leather that comes straight up into your ankle. Toss these to the side. But yeah, these feel really nice. They are, I wear a size 9 US because it is a super snug and tight fit. So my toe is exactly right at the end of that boot, which means the rest of the boot feels super super tight and super snug. And I do really enjoy the fit and feel of these boots. As far as the traction goes, it's a super neutral sole plate. I really like conical studs because it gives you a lot of pivot motion and it gives you a good sense of traction. The sole plate itself, especially in the forefoot, is actually pretty wide, and I really think that is helpful for those of you who are wide-footed like me. The Sense Pods, I've heard people say that and those are the pods in the back right by the Achilles and in the ankle. A lot of people have said, oh, it's giving me blisters, oh, it's uncomfortable. I actually haven't found that to be true, especially if you get the correct size, and especially with laceless boots, that is one of the most important things. Always, always, always get the correct size, because once you get the correct size, everything else should fit really seamlessly and it should work really well with your foot. So as far as how these fit and feel, I really like the look of these as well. I mean, they fit fantastic. I don't really know if I'm gonna keep them, only because when I was turning and pivoting, there was a little bit of slippage in my ankle area. Grip socks will help with that. I'm not wearing any right now, but grip socks will help, and they will allow me to kind of stay as I push off, to keep my ankle locked in place. There isn't a lack of lockdown, it's just because it's a laceless boot, there's no laces right on top of where the ankle is, kind of where you pull them tight and tie the knot, and that is the biggest place that helps with when you're pushing off. It holds that shoe up into your, like, cups your ankle and allows the shoe to just come with your foot. Where something like this, you turn sharp enough and there's a little bit of slippage that I'm not sure I'm super keen on. However, I will say for a training session, and if your feet are a little bit slimmer, so this boot, you'll fit right into these boots like a slipper without any sort of break-in time. You are the type of person who, I think, sort of in that, not super thin feet, not really wide feet, but somewhere right in the middle, I think you could fit in these boots perfectly and not have any issues with slippage, even without wearing grip socks. So that's something to keep in mind. But again, one session in and they already feel like they're broken in. Like, they really are super comfortable. They do feel like slippers on my feet. I could go and train with them right now and feel totally fine. Obviously, I would want grip socks with some grip on the heel, especially just to make sure that I wasn't slipping too much. But other than that, guys, these are really nice laceless boots. It is a fantastic combination of a really good soft feeling leather plus a great sole plate, and in a boot that's not super heavy but also not super light, so it's somewhere right in between. And they've done a really nice job making the Copa feel really high tech, even though it is sort of a classic leather boot as you might expect from the name. So huge for me. This boot gets a 6.8 out of 10. I give it a little bit of a lower rating just because of training in it. I got some heel slippage, but again, if you get the right size, you've got a little bit slimmer feet than I have because I've got absolute flippers. They're super wide. And then if you get grip socks with them all put together, these would be a fantastic pair of shoes. You guys know players like Dybala and some other guys wear these in game and are totally fine, obviously. So that is it for my review of the Copa Sense Plus. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button if you're into that kind of thing. And of course, as always, guys, be awesome. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.